Hello there, this is Sharp ASMR, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review of the Cold Steel Con. First of all, I'd like to go over the specifications of the knife, which are conveniently printed here on the box. We have a blade length of 3 inches, an overall length of 7 inches, AUS 8A steel, an overall weight of 2.4 ounces, a handle length of 4 inches, and a blade thickness of 3 millimeters. This knife is produced by Cold Steel and is made in Taiwan. Some warranty information here on the back of the box, and as you can see here, the box features the logo for the Triad lock, locking system that is utilized on this blade. Here's the manufacturer part number, the Con number 54T. So let's take a look inside the box here. The blade has been packaged in this protective bubble wrap pouch to ensure that it is not damaged during any shipping or transportation. Go ahead and remove the blade. And set our bubble wrap aside. So we'll start with this handle here. This is a G10 handle, blue G10, and it's got some nice texturing to it. I would say that it is about medium traction, not high traction, but certainly not slippery by any means. Let's look at our pocket clip. Bit of a new style for Cold Steel, much different than most of their others, but it appears to be very functional. And in pocket you're going to have about, if you take a peek above my index finger, that's about what you will be showing when you carry this knife in pocket. Again, the handle scales are 4 inches in length. The clip is configurable for left or right carry. Just have these 2 Torx screws here, and the knife is only configurable for tip-up carry, which is my personal preference, so no complaints here. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the blade. Again, AUS 8 steel, and we have a very functional Tanto style blade here. The Tanto style features a primary tip as well as a secondary tip that you see here. Makes it very versatile. For example, if you were to be, let's say, opening a package cutting along some tape, rather than have to hold the knife at a bit of an awkward angle, an unnatural angle, you can use the secondary tip for a much more ergonomic slice. The Tanto blade is known for its strength. We have a saber grind here, And it's quite thick at the spine, giving us even more strength, but again, the knife is still only 2.4 ounces in weight. Aussate steel here is, it's a good steel. It certainly takes a very sharp edge, and you can see that glistening in the light. Certainly feels very sharp. We'll go ahead and do a quick paper cut test. So here we have some paper, and we're just going to slice this up a bit, see if this knife is sharp enough to cut through this printer paper with ease. Performing quite nicely thus far. And we'll do a quick cut here with that secondary tip. So the knife, as we can see, is quite sharp, straight out of the box. It is worth noting that there is no jimping here on the spine, so we're not going to get quite as much traction as we would otherwise if there were some jimping here. Also of note, the knife does feature Cold Steel's new HTR thumb ramp opening device, ambidextrous, as you can see, meaning we can open it with either the either the right or the left hand. And it's quite effective, very easy to sweep the knife open, and with a bit of wrist action, well, let's try that again, a bit of wrist action, we can get a nice quick deployment. We'll try one more. Yes, very fast indeed. So good deployment there, and very, very strong lockup, as I said toward the beginning. We do have the famous triad lock system here, considered by many to be the strongest folding knife lock available. It is quite strong, and give you a good look there at the stop pin you see right here. Trying to get the camera to focus. There we are. So nice big round stop pin in there. And talk a little bit about value and what role this knife would excel at. Given the small package, the lightweightness of this knife, obviously the first role that comes to mind would be EDC, also known as everyday carry knife, a knife that you carry on your person every day to assist with everyday tasks such as package opening, cutting up food, other assorted tasks that you may need to complete throughout your day. It's quite amazing how handy a knife like this can be, and quite easy to carry, again because of the small size and the lightweightness. It's going to be quite easy to carry this in the pocket. You're not really sacrificing anything. I doubt you would notice that it's even there unless you needed it. I would also say that this knife could perform some hard use tasks because, number one, because of the strength we have with this saber ground Tanto blade, very strong, and very sharp. That blade shape coupled with our triad lock is going to allow this knife to take on even the most demanding tasks. Now, because it is a smaller blade, only 3 inches, many people would prefer a longer blade for a hard use knife, but I believe this would function well. But primarily just a simple everyday carry knife. And this knife can be bought for right around the $35 to $45 range. Quite a good value, all things considered. Real G10 handle scales, again a good AUS 8A steel. Very lightweight and very well finished knife, very well designed. I really like this blade, and I think it would be a wise purchase, again, for anyone looking for a EDC blade featuring a decent steel and strong lockup. Also, it can be somewhat difficult to find the Tanto style blade in a knife of this size. So if you prefer the Tanto blade for EDC, this would certainly be a good choice for you. We have a very good strength to weight ratio on this knife, and I think that's really its strongest point, is the amount of strength and cutting capability that you're getting in a knife of this size and weight. That about does it for the review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next time.